a breeze. Like it was my rib cage. That was where I did.
Oh no, that one's gonna suck eventually.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, well,
when if I ever get my wisdom teeth taken out, because I just want to like have somebody record me while I'm like like you're freaking out. Like, shit. That's like, oh, I'm so excited for that. I don't know if I have wisdom teeth.
I just made sure that they knocked me out.
No, I don't want to get knocked out. I want to.
I
don't want any.
I do.
I just want them to drill into my mouth, good old fashioned way.
This is good
You say this now?
conversation to be live on the internet.
Oh, it's so great.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Of course we are. Zed got super quiet and just stared. Of course we were.
No
skill tag ain't working.
Yeah, Skelebro, that's intentional.
Intentional. I stayed up intentional.
Vampires.
Okay. Hi, everybody out there in the land. So it has been a little while, and for that, I mean, I'm not going to say that we apologize, but we did miss you, and we're happy to be back. And yeah, so first off, I'd just like to say welcome to Sabbat 66. This is the second chronicle, the second chapter of our Sabbat storyline, all part of the Mother of Monsters, or possible other name, we'll say, sort of overarching storyline that we've been working on here at Welcome to the Party. Am I still quiet? Am I less quiet now?
I don't think so. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I mean, on our end.
Ooh, now you're getting ASMR.
Can all of you out there, can you hear me? Hi, how's it going? Yeah. My name is Zed. Oh, wait, hang on. Little taps, little tippy taps. Okay.
Zed?
Yes, what? Huh?
Zed, you're not allowed to do that on the internet anymore where other people can see my reaction.
All right, well.
Rude!
Now I know what my next YouTube channel is going to be.
Exclusively for me.
Sure, yeah. They'll all be private. I won't get a lot in the way of advertisers, but whatever.
But it will be worth it to you.
I'm sure.
You.
Okay, so it has been a little while. Who would like to catch the stream, and also to some degree the rest of the group up to what all went down last game?
I shot someone.
You shot one of us.
Bang, bang, boom! I think was how that ended.
I ripped a window off because I was told to.
No.
We said to rip that window off.
No,
I saved the day.
Entirely not what happened.
Well, Gianna, you were the last one to actually watch it, so
yeah.
You want to recap us?
I was, because I watched it last night and a little this morning.
You're probably the first to remember it.
Yes, I think I am. I get to do the recap today. So, we actually started with someone we had never met before in our campaign, Eliza. Eliza was in their haven, their home, and got a rapid tapping, banging on their door with some random person saying, "Hey, Nagel sent me, said you could keep me safe." Nagel apparently is a secret contact in which coded messages have been sent back and forth from Eliza. So Eliza kept Nagel safe, and apparently Colin was running from Tremere. Tremere are magic casters in the vampire world and are pretty scary folks. So, yeah, got to be careful there. Colin is defecting, and that is not very popular with his Tremere buddies. Then we met up once again with the Sinisters pack as they showed up in the middle of the woods and met this said Nagel. Nagel said, "Okay, well, we were, told that you're the best people for this task of going to East Berlin and go get Colin. And I mean, if you can get Eliza, who's keeping Colin safe, that would be great. But Colin's a Tremere. Get Colin and get him on this side." So that's the task that the pack's been sent on. They used some contacts that Ivan had through the KGB, which was one of the things he spent the past 23 years digging into, to find smuggling tunnels. And Thomas Paine We apparently had a week-old code, and he tried to throw us in a cellar. Then we literally busted it in his face and went, no, you're going to take us through here, and you're not going to be a fucking idiot. So started going through the tunnels, but realized we weren't alone. Suddenly there was like a horde of rats coming after us. I think it was Ivan tried diplomacy, and it worked. And out came Michelle, Saint of Rats, Nosferatu, who didn't appreciate people using their tunnels back and forth, and said that in exchange for defeating some scary monster in a pit in one of the tunnels that they never go over to because they eat literally everything, including metal, that Michelle would allow us 3 times the passes through this tunnel, one of them being this time. We agreed, but said that we would come back to do that task because time is of the essence. We have to go get Colin. Came out on the other side, were able to avoid detection, but had trouble finding our target, a butcher shop. What was the name of it? Schneider's Schnitzel.
Yes.
Happened, though, upon an apartment building that seemed to be showing banned films. There was a little carved symbol on the doorpost that, after realizing what was going on, looks very much like a film, like a camera, basically. Gianna was able to sly her way in and just ask the bartender, hey, we're looking for this place. I know, I'm out after curfew. They showed up. Eliza, though, even though knowing that somebody in theory should be coming to help them, was not very excited about that.
I was not told. No, I was not told anyone was coming.
Oh, you were not told someone was coming? No, I couldn't remember. You thought it was the Tremere.
Yep.
Yep. So the pack is trying to figure out how to get into this, in theory, apartment at above the shop. Well sealed. They literally could not find paths in. They climbed up. They couldn't find a window open. They couldn't find a window to open. So eventually they just had to bust in.
Well, but no, we didn't have to. Eventually.
Was it Eddie got really annoyed?
Well, Ivan found his way in.
And right, because he can turn to blood. I keep forgetting
and
that.
you use your diddly shadow power to knock on the door. And when you knocked on the door, he fired a fireball, and that's when Eddie breached.
Because Colin plugged the fireball.
Because Ivan went in, and now there's combat. So Eddie pushed the window open, and when Eddie pushed the window open, I think Eliza peeked out and saw Eddie and was like, nope, and just shut the door and just wanted nothing to do.
Behind Eliza, unknowingly, Ivan reforms from blood and basically says something to the effect of, this is really annoying. To which Eliza and Colin immediately turned around, bang, bang, fireball.
Fucking annoying, yeah.
And then Ivan died. That's pretty close to where we left off.
Yeah. Well, so Ivan got slammed.
Somebody saw outside, Roxy, I think, saw down on the street a couple additional people, but really one dude wearing a red coat with a giant fucking sword walking directly at Schneider's Schnitzel.
Yeah.
So
see, I watched the whole damn 5 hours.
You did it.
So to sort of fill in a little bit on that, so the man who is walking towards the schnitzel shop, Schneider's Schnitzel shop, blah, blah. Say that. That's actually Schneider's Schnitzel shop. Nope, still hard. Okay, anyway. The guy who's walking towards you, he is about 6.5 feet tall. His entire body is covered in these thick red robes. Look like some kind of very heavy linen. He's wearing a leather belt with a sword sheath hanging off of it. On the belt, whoever's tapping, please stop tapping. Thank you. On the belt is the buckle is the Tremere clan symbol. So it's actually, hang on, I can show you if you can't see it, and I can show the stream. LMNOPQT Tremere. So it's it's not showing up super well, but
Up a little.
yeah, there you go. So the clan
I will
symbol,
drop a
it's
link to it in chat.
It's like a circle with a
thank you.
triangle.
So it's a square inside a circle with a triangle pointing
With an arrow sticking off the side.
Yeah, up and off. So you cannot see this person's face. You can see their head is covered in a sort of an oversized hood. You can see, Roxy, the glinting, though, of some kind of eyewear. It's a bronze or brass or some sort of orangish metal that you can see just poking out of the corners of the hood. Their entire body is covered in clothing. Their hands are covered in leather gloves, sort of tight leather, almost like driving gloves, except fully backed. And they are wearing boots of some kind. The robes cover up a lot of it, but they seem to be fairly modern, with a pretty aggressive tread and steel caps on the toes.
Am I in the room with them, or am I in the hallway?
So my understanding was that you were looking out the window. As for which room you're in, frankly, it doesn't matter so much to me. You can choose which you'd like to be in.
I was going to say, I don't think any of us other than... Oh, no, we had just busted in the room. Roxy, yeah, you were looking out the window because I think you were still invisible.
Yes, so I'm still invisible.
Yeah.
There are 4 people who are 2 flanking just behind, 2 just ahead. So they're sort of at the diagonals, making this guy the center pip and a 5 on a die facing. The 4 other people are wearing what at this time would have served as riot gear. Portia with the keyboard. We're going to have to figure out a solution for that. They're wearing black military uniforms. Interestingly, though, for the time period, because this wasn't quite as common yet, they do have what look like some form of knee pad and elbow covering. And they're
almost like light dog gear.
Yeah. And they're wearing helmets that cover their faces, as well as gloves. Again, you can't see any part of their flesh. They seem to be totally covered. The helmets have the helmets look like, frankly, a bit like biker helmets, except that the part that isn't the visor is metal and is painted more like an olive drab, like a darker than the average, but still like that sort of military green. And they're walking across the street towards you. They're moving almost exactly in lockstep. They're
marching.
Yeah. They're completely in sync with their footfalls as they go, so that it sounds like one person echoing loudly rather than 5 people walking towards you. And they are moving with purpose and with speed. The other 4 people are armed with what look like some form of automatic mid-range firearm that I had the name written down and I've forgotten exactly what it is, but it's like a Sten. Yeah, that'll do it. so they're on their way to you.
All right, guys, we've got to make this quick. We have company. Is there another way out of here?
Colin,
I rushed to the window to see what's going on. And seeing it, oh, okay. Who's strong? Okay, go to the kitchen and rip open the gas line.
Done. I go over to the kitchen. I move the oven. I want to rip the gas line and then put the oven back. So it's just going, but it's not, obviously like the oven's not pulled all the way out.
All of you, take Colin out the back door. Leave.
Where is your back door?
Downstairs. Go out the back. Go.
Is there a butcher knife in your kitchen?
It's a butcher shop.
It's a butcher shop. You live in a butcher shop.
That is what that's what this business is.
Fuck off meat cleaver, please.
Eddie is finally gonna get his.
Thank you.
Eddie finally gets a cleaver.
I want to move, like, do what I'm supposed to do, and then on the way out, take a meat cleaver and just put it in my jacket.
You have a meat cleaver. It's a hinkle. It'll be just fine.
Ooh.
So a distance away from where the gas is going, but not too far. I'm wanting maybe about a minute timer, maybe like 100 seconds or something. I take a oily rag.
Well, hang on.
Yes.
Because you're a bit ahead of people.
I'm going to lay out my plan.
Well, wait, because your plan's going to happen. Like, you're going to do your thing as other people are doing their thing. Right. They don't have advanced knowledge of what you're doing. So,
correct.
Even though I know that you've been chatting. Okay, so Ivan, what are you doing right now?
Look at the one that threw the fireball at him and be like, "You must be Colin. Come with us. We are the spot."
Who the?
And just
wait. Oh,
take my arm and start walking.
Yeah, ow! Ow! Ow!
Nagel sent us. Shut up.
I mean, okay.
Nagel sent us.
Okay.
It's just we have that part. We're going, and then just get the hell out.
Sorry about the fireball. Okay, so Colin comes with you, not entirely willingly, but not entirely unwillingly. He just seems like he doesn't know what the hell is going on and is not sure he wants to be a part of any of this anymore. So Ivan has Colin, and is dragging him. Roxy, what are you doing?
I can hide 3 of us, up to 3 of us.
Okay, who are you hiding?
No, I'm saying that out loud.
Oh, okay.
Colin is
you,
necessary.
Ivan, Colin.
I can hide them myself.
Oh,
Agreed.
It's perfect, actually.
Yeah, I think actually several of you have obfuscate now.
Only when
awesome.
I stand still.
That 3, Roxy, does not include yourself.
I know. Yeah.
Oh.
I can hide up to 3 of you.
Then hide them. Leave me out.
No.
no, I like there. You, me, Colin.
And Ivan can hide himself.
Obfuscating separately.
Ivan, you can obfuscate yourself. Oh, I did not understand that. Okay. Then, yeah.
You have to stand still. He doesn't anymore.
Cool. Then we can all be covered.
Let's talk more moving.
Yes, okay. I forgot.
So who wants it from me? Colin, obviously. Okay. So I'm doing it.
I'll also take point, so I'll be in the front.
While they're rushing out of my business, I will set up a burning oily rag a short distance away and immediately rush downstairs and scream out in German, "Help! Help me!" and rush out the front door.
Okay. Hilfen mich. Yeah. Okay.
I'm holding my gun in my right hand, but it is aimed like at the floor. Like,
okay, and it's what kind of a gun again?
I believe it was a revolver of some kind, or
Okay.
Yeah, we said revolver.
Maybe?
Like a revolver or a pistol. The really nice German one is apparently harder to come by right now.
Yeah.
Yes. As are most really nice German things where you guys are at the moment. Okay, so you are headed out. You guys are getting downstairs just as the other guys are coming in through the front door. Two of the we'll just call them shock troops, bust open the front door, and the other three walk inside with the man in red at the lead. The main floor of this is the actual butcher shop. So they have come into the sort of the lobby area behind which would be the deli counter. You guys are headed down the back stairwell, which is behind the deli counter, in the back of the actual like butchery area in the back of the shop. So they can't easily see you from where they are right now.
Are we passing through the where they hang the meat essentially?
So that's actually off to the side. You don't need to go through there. I know that you want to, but you're actually currently in what's sort of like it's frankly mostly like a kitchen, excepting that there's maybe a bit more drainage on the floor. Everything seems to have sluices built in.
That's not even a real word.
I'm immediately, as soon as it's my turn, I have just a whole thing that my character rattles off at this Tremere.
Okay, hang on. So what are you guys like? Are you just booking it, or what
So there were no, as just so I understand, there were no shock troops where we are. They're not infiltrating this section.
They are just coming in the front door as you guys are getting down to the back door.
Okay, so
is there any way for them, like if I'm looking, is there any way that I can see them from where we are?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm stopping us. I'm saying Roxy now. Very, very,
Can we
very
see each other? Oh, okay. Now I'm doing it.
Okay, so now you're obfuscated.
Invisible, right?
I do it.
Okay.
I thought
I already thought you were,
I thought we were, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making
why
sure.
we wouldn't have been before.
Whatever
Yeah.
happens, we're invisible now.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was very important that we were before.
Okay.
The only thing I need to understand, that Eddie needs to understand, is I want to make sure that I'm not near either Gianna or Ivan. And you can whisper softly without breaking obfuscate, right? Okay, then I just want to say, are we also securing Eliza, or are we leaving?
This is our target.
We leave.
Understood. I go. Did you say we can't?
If we can.
Oh, okay.
Shogun, do you have a backup character already? Just out of curiosity. Okay.
Or I got backup ideas anyway.
Okay. All right. Just
I don't have a
keeping that in
sheet.
mind.
I like Eliza. God, stop dying all the time.
Well,
It's
God damn
brutal.
it. No.
Fuck you, World of Darkness. Taking all my favorite characters.
Well, this is going to go a little bit different than you might expect. So, the man in red gets to the butcher shop counter and reaches into his robe and pulls out something. If you want to know what it is, give me the check that lets you see shit. Hang on.
The perception check.
Perception and awareness?
Yes, that one.
Or awareness is the one for magical shit, right? And then alertness.
Although actually, awareness or alertness, whichever is better, and let me know, because awareness could also factor in.
Wait, why is it? Oh, yeah, no, okay. I got one success. But so I'm immediately screaming to the Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Tremere, fireball, gas, out. Like, to him. I don't care about these mortals, but you, me, out, fire.
Okay. Now, did you go down the back with everybody?
No, I'm going out to the front to meet these people.
Okay.
I want to get myself and the other vampire out, fire, we're going to die. And I like point behind me, I say, Tremere, fire.
Okay, so you're attempting to act innocent and like, oh my god, this person is here. Please help me get them.
Yeah, and I'm trying to tell this guy, the other Tremere is about to light my house on fire, and there is gas loose in my house.
Yeah. Okay. I get
We
you.
are both going to die.
Okay. Give me. I want you to give me. Hang on.
Huh?
You're gonna make a roll, and it's gonna be a roll that makes sense. And I just need a half a second.
I believe that will be, what is it called?
It's gonna be subterfuge.
Subterfuge. That's what it's called.
So give me manipulation and subterfuge.
There and there and roll.
Ooh.
3.
Okay.
Are we still assuming difficulties of like 6 for everything?
What are you talking about?
It's
So
For
that-
the roll,
work.
that's difficulty 6.
Yeah.
What?
Are we still assuming that all rolls automatically have a difficulty of 6 unless you say otherwise?
No,
they're set to 6.
yeah. I mean, yes, but that's not always going to be the case. Many of these, for example, are contested rolls, like this one just was.
Okay, because I'm asking just because I'm trying to make the sheet work again.
Okay.
Sorry.
But the difficulty is the threshold for the die to be a success, right? So 6 means 6 or higher is a success, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said
Oh,
last.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so there's threshold, which is the difficulty, like the die facing, and then there's like number of successes needed. Typically, even one success means that you did it, unless it's something harder that requires more than that. So as it stands right now, so here's what happens. Eliza, you see that this guy's pulled out some kind of a thing, and with your awareness, you know that it's something magical. You don't know exactly what, but it's got like that feel of power coming off of it. You come out and you're trying to attempt to be conciliatory and panicked. He believes your panic.
Fire's not fake.
Yeah. He's not 100% sure about the rest of it, but he does believe your panic. But he takes whatever he pulled out, places it on the butcher shop counter, and with the flat of his blade smashes. And you can see now it looked like some sort of a crystal or perhaps a glass globe, about fist-sized or smaller. And when he smashes it, you feel a tingle. Everyone, in fact, feels a slight electrical tingle as a blue aura rapidly pulses out from this item and passes over your skin. It makes your hairs rise and your skin tingle. And you briefly taste electricity as it passes over you and then sort of stops, leaving behind it this bluish tinge to the air. What you can all see now is blue, like everything looks like it's passing through like a blue light filter. So it looks like the Matrix now. Yes, Gianna.
Can I see us?
Yes.
But we're
I'm going-
already out the door.
Well, you're on
Are
your
we?
way out the door.
Okay.
I didn't think that you had gotten out just yet. You were headed on your way. What I was saying is that as you guys got down to the door, he got in. Now, I'm willing to
Yeah,
believe...
that was
so,
my understanding.
So here's what I'll say about that. If you'd like, what I actually want each of you guys to do is to roll me a D10. The difficulty is going to be higher. Well, actually, let's do this in order. You guys were leaving out the door. Ivan, I want you to roll me a D10 first, because I'm pretty sure you were in the lead with Colin.
I was on point.
Okay, well then, Zombie.
You
I
So-
got a 9.
Okay, so you're 9, so you got out. Okay, Ivan, you didn't make it.
I mean, it's a magical effect, right?
Yeah, it's a magical effect, but we're just doing timing right now. Is all this is determining is who's on which side of what. Okay, so this aura only is big enough to encompass this building. It does not go beyond the door, for example. So Eddie, you are outside. You were not being hidden though, right?
He was.
I was.
Oh, you were? Okay. So you are. Well, but you're not hidden anymore because it
worked
was.
for me.
Yeah, because it was Roxy's effect. So none of you are obfuscated at the moment. Eddie, you're on the other side of this thing, though, so you don't feel the tingliness yet.
Do I see it?
Yes, you do. It's visible.
Stake out. I don't know what this is. Stake.
So the building is coated in this blue electric field. And it's almost like it's highlighting the building. Like if this were like one of those like seek and find games, I moved my mouse over it and now the building is highlighted. It looks kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not putting off like enough light to read by, but if you were, say, walking down the street, you'd probably notice.
I look at it, not totally sure what it is. I want to kick some like maybe like loose gravel or like small bits of debris at it and see if it goes through this thing or if it goes and like bounces off it. Because now this looks like a barrier to me, but I don't know.
And your supposition is accurate. The gravel bounces. So back to Eliza and the Tremere and his troops.
What about Roxy and I's roll?
Hang on, I'm getting to you guys. Well, you don't make
Okay.
a roll because it was basically roll until one of you isn't out and then everyone behind them isn't out.
Okay.
So back to Eliza and the Tremere, just for the moment. The rest of you guys are sort of like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And just taking a second to take stock of your surroundings. When I come back to you, you can take actions as if you have figured out what's going on in general, so that you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time going, but what is it, poke poke?
I mean, we literally watched Eddie do that, so.
Right. Eliza, the person who you were screaming at, the man in red, you can see that now that his face is covered in a leather mask with a metal grate over the mouth, and he is wearing goggles, leather side panels, and with bronze fittings around jet black lenses of some kind. It looks almost like welder's goggles. And he looks at you and says, "Get behind me, citizen. There, Sabat. They will die."
The Tremere is upstairs. He's gonna burn the house. And I get behind him.
Fine, you, and he points to two of his guys. Head upstairs, secure the Tremere. If you run into trouble, yell. As for you, where did the rest of them go?
They're hold upstairs, but I hit the gas is flowing out.
How long ago?
When I fired, you heard it, right?
Yeah, no, I did not. But
Minutes.
my men will investigate. You and you go as well. Assist.
I hear them. And I'm actually going to try to maybe distract them a bit. I'm going to begin to fire up through the ceiling, up at where, like up kitchen area.
When you pull out your gun, he actually will like kind of try to stop you.
Okay, yeah.
Like he'll grab your wrist and say, "No, let them. They are trained." Now, what are the other entrances and exits to this building?
They might have gone out the windows up in my room.
We saw no one leave through the window. Where else?
There's a chimney upstairs.
Give me another manipulation and subterfuge, because you're being
I just want to like check something real quick.
Yes.
I
You
also
can
have a
literally see them across a room, right? Is that
So
what you were?
you can see. So here's the deal. There
Yeah, that's
are
what I'm
like
saying.
3 doors in between you and them.
Okay. Okay.
Because you're in like a back hallway. Then there's the butcher area. Then there's the doorway that leads to behind the counter. Then there's where they are on the other side of the counter. So he's not looking back and seeing you guys yet. Additionally, and then beyond that, like, I mean, you just don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem to have seen you yet. Ivan and Gianna, what are you guys doing?
I'm looking for the door to where the meat is stored. I want to get out of I want to get out of line of sight of this guy, because if he turns around, we're fucked.
There's a big metal door on the other, like, sort of catty corner to you through the actual butcher area.
Would I have to be further in the line of sight to get to that door?
You would cross briefly through his line of sight, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna point, like, silently, tap Ivan, point at the door.
I think what Ivan would do is grab everyone and just on the floor and look at Colin, because break line of sight by getting lower.
Mm-hmm. And actually, that totally works, because there's lots of countertops and other things in the way.
Then look at Colin. How do we break this barrier?
Can I hear him?
No, actually, everything.
Shit, I knew it.
From where you are, like, you can see them talking, but you can't hear anything going on at the moment.
If I can see Eddie.
Yeah, you can see Eddie.
And I
Roxy, what are you doing?
I want to try to make us invisible again. I want to see if it works. I don't know how this works, so I want to try.
Okay. You use your ability, and it feels like it's still there, but dampened somehow. The way this is going to work is it's going to cut the effectiveness in half and cost twice as much blood.
I don't. So if it doesn't have a cost,
Then it
does
costs.
it have a cost?
Then it does, and it has a minimum 2.
Okay. All right. So I will definitely do it, because it can only help us. So 2.
Okay. So who are you hiding? You can hide yourself plus 1 other person.
I'm gonna do Colin.
Okay. Colin is looking around, and he says, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! That's the seeker. That's the seeker. Oh
Hey,
fuck!
attention, pay it.
What? Huh? What?
How do we break the barrier?
The barrier? Oh, I don't know. I'm not that advanced yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got a baby Tremere.
You need a needle. You need a needle, and it has to be dipped in gold. You have to enchant it properly. I don't actually know all the right words, and then you have to dip it into pig's blood on the 3rd moon after the harvest rising.
Right, not helpful. Do you have these needles?
No, I don't. I'm just really good with fire. I'm really good with fire. I can make a lot of fire. That's really mostly what I can do. That guy, do you know what he is? Oh my god, we're so fucked. Oh my god, we're so fucked. Oh, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. That guy is an aster. That guy is an aster. He's an aster. He's going to fucking kill me. He's going to kill me, and he's going to eat my soul.
I put my mouth on Colin's mouth.
Uh-oh.
My hand on Colin's mouth, not my mouth. Sorry, brain. I put my hand on Colin's mouth.
I'm gonna look him in the eyes. If you don't stay calm, you will die. If you remain calm, we can kill him easily.
He is hyperventilating, by the way. He's a vampire. Doesn't need to breathe. He is currently
I'm
hyperventilating.
smacking him. a
Fucking
little bit.
S.
Like I'm smacking him on the side of the head.
Give me a stealth and dexterity.
Really?
Yes.
For tapping him on. Okay, fine. Jesus.
He dies.
There are reasons why this is what's happening. This is not a roll that I would normally make you make.
What difficulty?
Just show me how many successes you get. Standard 6.
Okay, thank you. That's what I needed.
Cool. Okay. So you smack him. And Eliza, you're talking with the guy in red, and he stops talking to you and immediately looks towards the back.
Okay.
He isn't saying anything.
Because I've been talking to him, I would
Yes.
like to activate the haunting.
Ooh, okay. You have been talking to him for at least a minute, so
What is this again?
The haunting causes him to hallucinate. I can choose the senses that are affected, and I would like it to be hearing.
okay.
And so
I believe there's a roll involved.
there is a roll, and I need to double check it. So I do subterfuge. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Manipulation plus subterfuge versus with the difficulty. So he just sets the difficulty for me. So what is his perception plus self-control?
It is. It's going to be a total of 8.
Oh boy, that's difficult. All right, so the difficulty for this roll is 8, but
His name is the Seeker. This is
yeah, no, but I don't need to. He doesn't get to roll against me. It's just he sets the difficulty and that's it.
Yep.
Boss name. That's a boss's name.
All right,
You're not wrong, Eddie.
2 successes, which means that he is affected by the haunting for 2 nights.
Oh, damn.
Did you infect him with ghosts? Is that what you
No,
just
no, no. He hallucinates auditory things for 2 more nights.
All right.
Well, no, hang on. Hang
Dang.
on.
I believe he's able to spend willpower to
Stop.
reduce the effect.
Hold on. You got 1, 2, 3 total successes on the roll. That's the
Telling
total.
me only
Yeah, that's the total number of successes you got. It's not the total number you got over. So here's the issue. You set the difficulty at 8, meaning. So difficulty is the number of successes you need. I want you to roll that again. Difficulty 6, just like normal. And then we.
Wait, no, that's not what you said last.
What?
You said difficulty is the threshold for successes.
Hang on. What page is the
Yeah,
ability
this-
on?
I've been trying to find it, and I had to just go into my character sheet because I can't find dementation. But
Because
So-
you have to get 8 successes. That's
No,
like
you are
impossible.
correct.
That's
You are
impossible.
correct. You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. You are correct. I am wrong. I just
So when we do it, we set, just so I know, we set that little number in the modifier thing.
Yeah.
from-
So you set the you set
8,
right. Yeah.
if
So
it's that. Gotcha.
you are correct. I am incorrect. He is
Yeah,
he
which-
is affected by the haunting. I apologize for the confusion, guys.
all right.
This,
Yeah,
this
we've
I mean,
got
we
it.
just did
Different
another
from a
system
different
before.
system.
So.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
him see Care Bears. Can you make him see Care Bears? Were they a thing in the 60s?
I cannot control what
Eighties.
he hears or anything. I could just control what senses it affects, and I'm choosing here.
Now it is going to cost you 2 blood to activate.
Right?
And it is
There we
at
go.
a slight, so it's the effect is going to be somewhat muted. It's still going to be something, and the fact that it normally would last for 2 nights means that it's going to last for less time than that. Is that 1 night per success? Is that how it's supposed to go?
No, it scales in a weird way.
Okay.
If
So-
I get 6, I believe it's indefinite, or something. No, 6 successes or higher is 1 year, and every success above 6 is another year.
If you had only gotten 1 success, what would that be?
1 night.
Okay. So he suddenly starts looking around.
And I'm going to do so as well, reacting to what he's hearing.
Okay. So he... Wait. How many did you say there are?
I only saw like 3, but there may be more.
There are many more. Get down. Get down now.
I crouch down. I like wave it at his troops. I'm like, you do.
Well, they're upstairs.
Well, he sent like 2, right? Like the ones that are with us.
He sent the other 2
like,
as well.
Oh, okay.
When you said that there was a lot of fire, he sent all of them.
Okay.
All right, get down. And he pulls out a sword, and his sword lights on fire. And he starts like holding it up over his head and kind of pointing. He's like rotating his wrist and pointing it around. And what Eliza and Roxy, I want the 2 of you to give me awareness and do I want wits or perception? I think I want awareness and wits. Yeah.
4.
Oh, there's a typo in here. It says awareness.
Oh, well, that's me. I
Alarm.
can't spell.
Okay, so 4 successes, 2 successes. All right. So the both of you guys notice that as he's like moving his sword around, it sort of sticks a little bit when it's pointing at any of you.
It's a dowsing rod.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I want that sword. Give me that sword.
Okay.
I think you need to eat, said Tremere first.
There are at least 4, but I'm hearing quite a few more of them. I don't know exactly where they all are. You need to stay here. Don't get involved. If you do, I cannot guarantee your safety.
Okay. Has it been long enough for that the fire should have started upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Be careful. If you go back there, you might find the gas. I point at his sword.
You will find that flame, aside from my own, has difficulty here at the moment. But, sweet citizen, go be safe. I will return. And he gets up. And he marches through the opening in the counter, like the flip top part in the counter. And he's heading back into the butcher area. You guys have not moved yet. You have time to move. Like as this is going on, you can move around in this area. Do you want to go back up the back stairwell? Do you want to try to move further into the room? Do you want to try to go into the meat hanging area? Is behind a large metal door, but you know that that's where that is. Also, Eddie, I'm going to get to you in just a sec.
That's fine.
I want to talk to Colin for a second. Colin,
Mm-hmm.
are they affected by this as we're affected by this?
Well, the other guys will be, but I don't know about him.
If you set the building on fire, are they able to pass through it?
Probably not.
So they would have to diffuse it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Set the building on fire?
Seems like a good enough distraction.
Eat this, Tremere.
Did you say eat the Tremere?
That's exactly what he said.
If there's time, sure.
Ooh.
But first, step 1, don't get killed by said Tremere. Step 2, maybe eat Tremere.
Listen, you're on the other side of the wall. Shush.
I know, okay, that's fine.
All right, Eddie, what are you doing?
So, I kicked it. Physical things can't get through. I'm going to assume this is Tremere magic, because Tremere you said the Tremere, this is like their city, right?
You didn't kick the barrier itself. You kicked...
No, I
gravel
kicked like
into
some
the
dirt
barrier.
and shit at it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't pass through it?
Accurate.
Okay. So what I want to do is move away from the doorway, away from immediate line of sight. and go over to a side of it, whip out like my combat knife and like try to carve into it. Am I able to cut through said barrier?
No, your knife does not pass through the barrier.
Okay, then step 3, what I want to do is put that away. And you said that there was sluices, and it looks like I looked up what a sluice is, and it's some sort of like rail system for liquid. It looks like it's like a little
basically like chutes for liquid
Troughs.
travel.
So it has to go down into somewhere, and I'm assuming that that's underneath the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would like to do is there a way into, like, is there like an outside basement hatch or a sewer manhole cover that I can flip off and go into? I want to try to get in through any sort of like ductwork I can find or sewage.
There is a manhole cover that you could flip over. It's in the alley right behind the place, actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to that, lift that off, and head in, and see if I can't go like if I have to, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's a way in
Sure.
through that way.
Okay, so go ahead and give me.
I might be able to assist with this actually.
Yeah, how?
With my thought. So, you know, sluices and, you know, grates in the floors because it's the butcher shop, right?
Yeah.
Blood form down into the grates.
Yep. That's not gonna help just yet, but it'll get there. So I want the both of you then to make for me. Well, actually, it's gonna be a little bit different. So, I'm trying to think how to. No. Okay, yeah. No, that'd still be there. That'd still work. Okay. So, Ivan and Eddie, I want either of you, or both of you rather, to give me whichever you're worse at, perception or intelligence.
Oh, well, I know which one I'm doing.
Plus, come here. Perception or intelligence, whichever you're worse at, plus survival. Or streetwise, whichever you're better at.
So, oh wait, no. So whatever we're worse at, intelligence, perception and intelligence, or what were the other two for what we're worse at?
So your worst of either perception or intelligence, and your best of either streetwise or survival.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6 like normal.
1.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find all these things.
So if you go to the combat dice pool, that's the easiest way that I found to use it.
Survival.
And you use attribute the ability and then roll across. That's the fastest way I found to do it.
And difficulty what? 6?
6.
3 successes.
Okay. Ivan, it takes you a minute to navigate all of the different little channels that you have to make your way down, but you eventually sort of blorp your way into what seems like sort of the central pipe for relieving this building of its fluids. Eddie, so you're not in the sewers proper yet, but you're on your way. Eddie, you are down in the sewers, and it takes you a moment to find your bearings because you're like, wait, there's a wall right here, so I can't go directly there. So I need to go, around this way and over this way and through that and up that. And you figure out how to do that actually pretty quickly. 3 successes is pretty good. And so you get to a point where you are now staring at the business end of a much smaller pipe. Ivan, you are in a much smaller pipe staring at the business end of Eddie. About 4 feet away from you. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave the two of you. Roxy, Gianna.
Well,
A note. The haunting specifically says that it grows stronger when the person is alone and at night.
Perfect.
I'm pulling up the book just to... Does he look like he's like following something that doesn't totally make sense?
Who?
The Seeker. Does the Seeker look like he's not immediately coming at us, even though in theory he knows like kind of where we are?
The Seeker is headed your direction. He does not know exactly where you are.
Okay, I'm trying to gauge his mannerisms and like see if I can notice that something weird is going on.
He is walking. Oh, I see what you're saying. Give me perception and alertness. Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving you.
Let me know when I can.
I would also allow empathy if you're better at empathy instead of alertness.
I probably am. And you said perception and...
Either empathy or alertness.
Let me go verify.
And then whichever skill you use helps determine what you know.
This building is 5 stories tall, right?
2.
Two.
Just 2.
Gotcha.
I am better
Well,
at...
2 in an attic, but yeah.
When I can, once it comes around to me, I'm going to use the 1 dementation power that does not require me to converse with the subject,
Okay.
which is passion.
Yeah.
I want to try to make his emotions of paranoia and you know, his concern for the things he's hearing, if possible, I want to make them more intense.
Yep.
Which is so my charisma plus empathy versus not versus anything, but the difficulty being either his humanity or path rating.
Okay. Hang on.
I immediately forget what I'm rolling. Charisma and empathy.
You know, when I think of a flaming sword wielding vampire wizard, the first thing I think is, I sure do hope he's crazy when he's coming after me. Like, is this really gonna help us, or is he just gonna be fucking nuts? Because
I don't know.
But then again, we're basically kill on sight anyway. I guess it can only help us.
Roxy, what are you looking to do? No, I'm sorry. You made your roll, Portia. Roxy, are you also rolling?
I got
or no?
1-6.
No. That was just
No.
no. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment today. Hang on. Okay. Gianna, you get 1 success. That's not okay. Something is off about this guy. He seems disoriented in some way. But
I can't tell how.
Yeah, you're not exactly certain, but he's not.
It's about to get worse.
He's not.
Yeah, well,
quite normal.
literally all I know is that he was still talking to the Malkavian, and Malkavians do some crazy fucking shit.
Yes.
So I don't know what he did, or what she did, but Eliza might have done some fucking shit.
Roxy, what are you doing? Because he's still walking towards you guys, and now he's getting pretty close.
You know, we got to move. We have to do something. Ivan's gone. We have to do
I'm
something.
casting shadow play.
Okay. Where? And what?
Literally across his eyes. Like I'm wrapping his head in shadows.
Interesting. Okay.
Does that hit about the
If
moment
he's
my
blind,
passion
he can't
strikes him?
see me.
It's gonna cost you double the blood that it normally would. If it costs 0, then it costs 2.
If we do this right, we can turn this into a haunted house for him. Like,
Does
All right.
the-
So it is going to cost me 2.
Okay.
Does the barrier end right at the door, or is there like a little bit out so
It
that
ends
we can?
right at the door.
Okay.
Okay. So I spent my blood.
Okay. He seems unaffected.
Okay.
He is still heading towards you.
Ooh.
Roxy, what are you doing?
Damn it.
He is now at the doorway.
Where are the stairs in relation to us? Like close? Or would we have to go
Yeah,
near?
no, they're pretty close. You would not have to get closer to him. The doors are on your side of the room. So basically, he's
Wait, Roxy, aren't you and Colin still invisible anyways?
yeah. I mean, you are, but he's here at the front of the room. Okay, and you guys are back here. The stairs are this way. The door is roughly where my hand is, and in between you guys are several countertops, like heavy stone tables with big countertops on them for the cutting of animals. And you're all crouched down.
Yeah. I'm going to start crouch walking towards the stairs.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable being. I want to get out of this.
That's
What's
fine. Dex and stealth.
Okay.
What's the difficulty for the passion roll for when I do it?
It's going to be based on his path rating, which is 7.
Let me know when it's my turn to do that.
Are you still?
Go ahead and make the roll.
Okay.
Okay, Roxy,
No.
3 successes. Shogun, he seems to just be in a state where, like, he's probably already as passionate as he can be. And so it seems like raising it much higher is just difficult right now.
Yep.
Roxy, you make it to the stairs just fine. Your other 2 teammates are still hiding behind counters. Colin, by the way, has gone paler than normal, and seems just completely fucking petrified. He's no longer gibbering like an idiot. He's just totally stone. Eliza, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, not Eliza. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
Because you just did your haunting thing. Gianna, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I tried doing. So is the shadow play still very much like messing around his face, and he's just literally
he's
not
just
reacting?
walking right through it. Doesn't phase him at all. Give me another awareness, or not awareness, perception and what did I say?
Empathy?
Alertness.
I thought you said empathy.
Perception, empathy. Yep. Shadow play doesn't work too well on people who are blind. Cut to Eddie. Except, but Ivan's not there. We need Ivan back.
No problem.
Yeah, we do. Ivan!
Okay. Roxy, you got to the stairs. So Eliza, what are you doing while Gianna processes what she's figured out?
I want to see if I can figure out what is going on upstairs exactly with Eye of Chaos.
Eyes of Chaos takes a moment. Unless they changed it, double check the thing, but it used to take like a fucking half hour.
We in fact just did this last session. No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's right, we did. Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
So
I remember that specifically.
Go ahead, give me the roll.
1 success.
They seem to have like found the gas leak, and have like crimped the thing shut. So right now they're looking around all the rooms upstairs and like checking around corners and shit, like opening things up, trying to search for hidden Sabbat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
There's not much I can do.
cut to Eddie and Ivan in the pipe.
Do I know that? Can I see that that's him? Because my first instinct was to go over, like, rip open the pipe, and I was going to try to listen to see if I can hear.
Sure.
Like,
So you're looking down a blocked, goopy, like gross ass pipe. You're glad you can't smell. I mean, it's a charnel midden pipe. Like it's just covered in this gloppy,
coagulated blood.
Yeah, blood and fat.
And it's definitely too small for me to get through, right?
Yeah, it's about 4 inches wide.
Okay, it's too small. All right.
Ivan is currently in the pipe and blocking it a little bit. Ivan, you can see Eddie kind of looking in the pipe and like listening in the pipe and
just pour out down the wall really quick.
Yeah, exactly that.
Reform.
I put my hand on the pipe so that our voices do not carry. What's the situation?
Last I knew he was coming. Let us get ourselves back up there if we can go through here.
You can't get through that barrier. I tried cutting it with my knife and throwing things through it, so I was trying to carve my way through under here. Do you know if there's a bathroom nearby? I can maybe rip the toilet from underneath and get out.
I haven't have any clue.
You
Or a
don't,
larger
you
passage.
don't know where it would be, but yeah, there probably is one.
So if you could help me, let's look for a way from get me in there, and we can even these odds.
Oh, if all we need to do is get you up there. One moment. And Ivan is going to hard form.
Okay.
Lewd. Lewd.
Lewd.
So just, calm as can be, skin starts. Oh, yeah, horror warning.
Or warning.
Gore warning.
Splitting
Hold
apart
on.
and peeling away from the bone as everything starts reforming.
It's exclamation horror.
Yes.
Oh,
Which the bot is not working.
Nope, bot got too scared. Sorry.
You're about to see some
fine. Sorry, bot.
bloody business.
Anyway, continue.
Well, actually, no, because that would take a round. So we need to get Eddie up there now.
How thin? How thin is the floor? Any idea? You were crawling around in the pipes. You think I could punch through it?
No need. Watch this. Ivan would put his hands on the pipe. You said it was just a whole bunch of blood and congealed fat, right?
Yeah. I mean, inside a metal pipe, but yeah.
That's great. And fleshcraft it to expand and burst it open.
You're going to have a harder time manipulating flesh-related viscera that isn't actually attached to a being. It can be done. It's just
Really?
hard. It's just harder to do remotely because you're trying to affect the whole pipe as if it were one entity. But when in reality, obviously, it's the collected bits of a bunch of shit. It can be done. It's
So the
just going to
stuff you're directly touching with your fingers, you have no issue, but it's the stuff all the way down the line.
Right, exactly. So it's not that it's impossible, it's just harder. So I'm going to need your relevant role typically is what? It's, I assume it's intelligence and medicine or something along those lines?
Normally strength and medicine.
Strength and medicine. That works.
Yeah, that
So
changed over.
strength and medicine, difficulty 8.
Let's see.
How does willpower work for rolls and stuff in this?
3 successes.
Pretty sure it gives you extra dice. I can look it up if we need it. Okay, 3 successes. All right, so you're making it expand. It doesn't have muscles, so it's... I'm going to say that you can widen the end that you're next to, and you can widen the end on the other side. The parts in the middle, it starts cracking some of the pipe, and pushing against the edges. But it's having
I
a
know
hard.
exactly how I want that to manifest.
Okay.
So it widens at this end, and then just shoots through it like a cannon, basically, just a flesh shotgun.
Okay, so you just want all the flesh to just back up and shoot out of the. Okay, all right, that's hilarious. Okay,
Goody!
This fucking guy. All right, where's?
so inside the place here's.
It's in my mouth.
Gian is right there.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I'm sure my team will come to help.
Okay, so here's what happens
Thanks.
inside the butcher shop. All of the grates that are on the floor suddenly back up with an ungodly just as this viscera just shoots up out of the grates, and just
Fucking Tremere or Zamisi. Fucking Zamisi.
coats the
It's like a
entire
butcher shop.
room, paints the walls, gets all over everyone.
I scream.
Yeah, you scream, and so does Colin. Colin starts fucking
Colin.
shouting, "Oh my god! Why?" And he stands up from behind the thing, and he says, "I just want to leave." And as he does that,
Colin
spends an awful lot of blood and creates a fairly large fireball. And the fireball, you suspect that if whatever this barrier effect is that is dampening everything weren't there, this would probably level a block. But instead, it's about the size of like your head times 3. And he creates this massive fireball. He says, "I just want to go!" Ah! And he shoves the fireball at the